Hello again, and welcome back to Service for the Community. I'm your host, Matt Herron, and as always, we have representatives here from the Clarkston Rotary, the Lions Club, and the Optimist Club, who are here to discuss with us a little bit about the things they've been up to and some of the upcoming events. We're going to start down here on my far left is Jeff Lichty, who is he is a representative and the chair of a wine tasting that the Rotary is hosting. Thanks for being with us, Jeff.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely. In the middle over here is Tom Middleton, who is going to be the new president of the Clarkston Optimists beginning October 1st. Has some great stuff going on, and he's going to tell us about his goals. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And sitting next to him is Dan Wong, who is the president of the Clarkston Lions Club. Dan has been on the show before, has some great stuff happening with his group as well. Welcome, Dan.
Hi, you can call me the Big Kahuna.
Yes, and he has insisted we call him the Big Kahuna. So,
It's a new Lions Club title.
it's a new Lions Club title, exactly. All right, well, great to have everyone. We're going to start back down here on the left with Jeff. I know that you guys were at the Taste of Clarkston was a recent event. Can you tell us about some of the stuff you've been up to?
Yeah, the fall is our really busy time of year. We started with the Labor Day Parade, which both these guys, their groups participated in. Then the Taste of Clarkston, which it's just the fourth year in a row we've got rained on. And then coming up on October 30th will be our wine tasting, which is a huge community event. Hopefully you'll all be there. We'll have roughly 550 people there, 13 restaurants, 10 different wine stations, 2 different beer stations. And it's just a fun night. It's out at Bourdain on Dixie Highway.
Oh, cool.
And it's just, we take over one of the buildings there where right now it's all full of flowers. We take it over and transform it into a great big party.
Do they keep some of the flowers in there, or do they pretty much clear the room for you guys?
Pretty much clear, but they'll keep some of the flowers, and then a lot of restaurants will use them to dress up their area. And right now, Bourdain has a beautiful display of fountains. And we're going to keep that display there, and it should be real pretty. And then they decorate it up for Christmas. It's that weekend starts their Christmas season. So it's a lot of pretty things and a lot of new things that they'll have for show for Christmas.
I know there's a lot of people who are excited about the event. Can you tell us how much the tickets are, the times and stuff?
I just happen to know that. Yes.
Do you know that stuff? Yeah, right.
Tickets are $40, and part of that $40 is a $5 coupon that you can spend at Bourdain's that night.
Oh, cool.
And then the event itself is from 6:30 to 8:30. We give you a plate. It's got a little cutout. Give you a wine glass. You hang your wine glass on there, so you still got one hand free, so you can eat or shake hands with your friends that you just meet. And we let you in at 6:30. You can wander around for the next 2 hours, and we do insist that 8:30 you leave. And it's surprising how many people we have to insist
Coax
that they
out. Well,
Sweep off the floor.
No, we don't get that bad, but it is a very fun night. You'll meet a lot of your neighbors, and it's just fun. It's a very enjoyable night.
time flies when you're drinking wine and hanging out with good friends.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good friends, wine, and food. How can you beat it?
You can't beat it.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
There was one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Well, actually, two. We have something about the newspaper sales and a youth exchange.
Oh, yes. An ongoing project for us is our youth exchange student. So she came from the Philippines and got into Clarkston High School real well. The first report card she got back was straight A's.
Wow.
A little bit of tough time with calculus, but they insisted that she was ready for it, and so she's struggling through with that. But she's having a good time. She's met some friends, made some friends. So that's an ongoing project. What we would like is for Clarkston students to apply to go overseas. That what you're committing to is an academic year. So basically it's a $45,000 scholarship to go study any one of about 30 different countries that we exchange with. So most of Europe, much of South America, Japan, Taiwan, Taipei, all those countries we exchange back and forth. So it's a super experience. I guarantee you put that on your resume and you're way ahead of a lot of other kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've yet to send a student overseas like this.
No,
this is
but
something where-
every other year. Miranda Moore went out 2 years ago. She went to France and absolutely loved it. Came back very fluent in French, finished her senior year at Clarkson High School, and is now, I think, at Oakland University.
Very cool.
Yeah. And over the years, about every other year, I'd like to see about 6 kids every year, but it's just a super event. So.
That sounds awesome. Well, good for the students who are coming in and ours that are going out there and having an experience like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, let's move down to Tom here. Tom, I know you were also at the Labor Day Parade. There was a track that was dedicated out in Andersonville.
Yeah, on September 25th at 8:30, they dedicated a new track at Andersonville Elementary. And the Andersonville community doesn't have sidewalks. So the parents and the kids at Andersonville Road, about 3 or 4 years ago, started having bake sales and fundraisers to raise money to put a track there.
Sure.
And they were about 3/4 of the way, half to 3/4 of the way toward that goal when they came to us and asked if we would help. And so we donated $5,000 to that movement. That put them over the goal. They got a hold of Ottman Paving, and they said, we'll adjust our schedule so we can get that track put in, and so when school opens, you will have a track.
Cool.
And so along with that movement, Lowe's contributed money for a pavilion, which now is right alongside the track, really made a recreation center for that area.
Great.
And the track is open to the public all year long, so it's not just a school function, because the whole movement to get it completed was a community activity up there.
Yeah.
And so this morning I walked that 1/4 mile around the track. I didn't do the whole mile. I didn't do 4 times around, but it's just a really a neat place to be. There's wildlife, and it's just a great setting. And it was a community effort. When we saw the community putting that much effort to accomplish that, we were willing to go ahead and finish out the contribution that needed to be
You
done.
get a sense of the excitement that people have to have
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that,
So-
not having somewhere to walk and stuff in the past.
Yeah.
And
So, and unless you go out, and it's out just right at Andersonville Road, you follow that out, and you start to realize that if you're in Clarkston, you see people walking all the time. When you get out there, you don't see people walking because it's just the opportunity isn't there.
Yeah.
So it's
Great
very
for people's
rewarding.
health. My mother, she's a heart patient, and she can't, obviously exercise a lot, but her doctors always encourage her to walk.
Yeah.
And just having that as something they can use is,
Yeah.
is really nice. Great. There was something upcoming here as we move closer to Halloween.
Yeah, Friendly Forest. We've cooperated with Independence Township Parks and Rec to put on Friendly Forest. It's for the little kids. I think it's from 3 or 4 to
Okay.
about 7. And they have stations, and Optimus members, those that don't want to be identified, dress up in costumes that the township owns, different comic or cartoon characters. And then other Optimists are handing out candy and stuff from other people other organizations that have donated candy and things. And so that's on October 18th.
Okay.
And go to Independence Township Parks and Rec to get the details. There is a cost, and I'm thinking it's $7 a person. Don't quote me on that one, but
Can you maybe give us a little preview or something about like some of the costumes that these members might be dressing up as?
Oh, gee.
Who might we see out there?
Usually Snoopy and Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse, those Disney ones that are there. Some of the ones I don't recognize because I haven't, my kids are old enough that
Sure.
I'm not up with the new comic people that are coming along, but there's some of the new ones. And it's just a fun day. If it's rain or shine, and we we've been lucky over the last few years. Kind of cool some years, but
Sure.
it's always been a fun activity for the Optimists to do. To see, and our goal is Friends of Youth, and it's really fun to watch those young kids having a good time.
Yeah. Well, so if you have younger children, you know, definitely consider it as something. Maybe bring your kids out to. It is a lot of fun. One more thing before we move down, I mentioned earlier that starting October 1st, you will be the new president for the Optimist Club. Goals, you know, ideas, things that you'd like to share about that?
We October 1st to September 31st is our Optimist year, and so coming up on October 1st, I will take over the leadership of Optimist Club. I think in the last year, we've really done a lot to work with other community organizations. This format that we have here has helped bring us together and work together on projects and know what the other clubs or other service organizations in the community are doing. And I'd like to further encourage that and move together where if we're all moving in the same direction, we can get more accomplished than if we're all going on all our own separate ways. So that's part of my goal for this coming year for Optimus.
It's nice to always have, you know, all three groups on the show and talk about like how things cross over. I think there is an event too that you guys are all kind of working on. But first, let's move down to Dan. Dan, I know that you were also involved in the Labor Day Parade, the Taste of Clarkston. What has the Lions Club been up to?
Well, Lions Club is continuing. We're in the last week or so of our 2014 charity Camaro convertible car raffle. Cool. We've sold a lot of tickets. We hope to sell more, but this is our first annual event, so we're going to do the drawing on Saturday, October 4th, which next weekend at Bowman Chevrolet. So hope to see you there. We still have tickets available. The tickets, you can get them at the Chamber of Commerce office. And you can check on our website, clarkstonlions.org. We were in the Labor Day Parade. We had our charity Camaro. We were asked to have the charity Camaro there by Bowman Chevrolet, and we figured out why. It's because they needed somebody to drive Karen Newman around to sing the national anthem.
Oh, okay.
And so on the day of the parade, you know, it's 10 o'clock and Joel DeLong is pulling his hair out. And all of a sudden, Karen Newman drives up like at 10:02 and the color guard's already started moving out, and she runs up to the car and she gets into the car. I close the door and the car moves out, and I'm standing in the parking lot holding the sign, and she says, "Wait a minute, I'm supposed to be..." We got up to the stage and she sang the national anthem, and she always does a wonderful job doing it.
Fashionably late, but it still was a success. You
I
know?
wouldn't call it fashionably late. It's just plain late. And then, of course, we had our Lions tailgate zone at the Taste of Clarkston.
Yeah.
The weather cooperated throughout the game, and the Lions cooperated. They beat the Packers, 19-7. Woohoo! There was cheers.
It was a great
Lions.
game on Sunday.
Okay. There was one individual walking around outside with a cheesehead hat, and we put a menu special sign together that said, Green Bay Packers fan special grilled cheeseheads.
Grilled cheeseheads.
And then it started to rain, of course, and we had the Tigers game on after that, and it started to rain, and I think maybe if the water goes down a couple more feet, we may find that other beer keg that's sitting out there somewhere.
Well, having the monitor out there, I'm sure attracted a nice crowd for you guys as well. People could see the game, and
it was something. So next year we'll try the tailgate zone again, and hopefully the Lions will cooperate and continue to honor us. Maybe it's a tradition. Whenever we hold the tailgate zone, the Lions win.
Okay.
So I'd also like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for putting on the Taste of Clarkston. It was a big event, sure. And they are also a big factor in our community and the cohesion of our community.
Great. I know that we mentioned this on the show before. You guys are still doing the free eye screenings, right? For is it just children?
We do kids site photo screenings. The thing about it is we focus on children between the ages of 1 year, actually 6 months to 5 years old, before preschool age. The ones that don't know how to read and can't read an eye chart. The Plus Optics digital camera will take their measurements and they don't have to say anything. They don't even have to move. All they have to do is keep their eyes open long enough for the camera to go and record it, run it through the computer database, and spit out a report. However, the camera will test people up to 99 years old, and we have had older, teenagers and older adults show up and they say, "I'd like to confirm, my eyes have gotten fuzzy lately. I'd like, can that camera check us?" I said, "Sure. We'll set it for your age. Click. Yes, you need glasses." Or,
Okay.
or the other case we've had where we've had some children come in who have glasses, and they come in and they say, "Mom, I want my eyes tested." And I says, "But you have glasses." And he says, "These glasses make my eyes hurt. I don't think they help. Everything's blurry." "Well, take your glasses off. We'll test." Pass, 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 pass. There's nothing wrong with your eyes.
Huh.
So we've had both extremes.
Well, nice just to be able to have them check that way, and it is a free service.
It's a
that you guys
free
do.
service. It's a confidence check. Now, of course, if there is something that the camera detects, you still have to go to an optometrist because we're not licensed to prescribe glasses or do contacts or correct vision problems.
Great.
But you'll have that peace of mind.
You'll at
know.
least have an idea that something is or isn't wrong. All right, two more things I wanted to bring up with you, Dan. I know there's a home being built in Clarkson right now with Habitat for Humanity for a family that's in need. I believe the woman is like an ex-war veteran. Can you tell us a little bit about what Habitat's doing?
Our Clarkson Lions Club is cooperating and working with the Habitat for Humanity and the My Habitat Clarkston. Shannon Chapman is a military veteran and single mother with 3 children. She's been working hard to get out of an abusive relationship and put herself to get a bachelor's degree. And they broke ground for the house on Hog Lake Road, I believe in August. And it's a work in progress. It's Habitat for Humanity. The individual who gets the home also has to put in a certain amount of time and labor to help build the house.
Sure.
And the community is working. A lot of the churches are supporting this, and Lions Club, we're going to plan some projects with the Habitat for Humanity to see if we can't get more funds and more interest in helping out this needy family. So again, you can check the Habitat for Humanity is posted on the Chamber of Commerce website.
Okay. That's definitely something to check out. I know Independence Television, we've been out there. We filmed like a groundbreaking where they kind of put their first shovel in the ground, and the woman who's receiving the home is very excited about it. It's a very nice lady. Definitely good cause to support if you want to get involved. One more thing, you are changing your meetings. They're going to be held at Buckshots now, is that correct?
Yes, we're moving our club meetings to the second and fourth Thursdays of every month. And we're moving to Buckshots, which is down by Andersonville Road intersection. They start at 7 o'clock, and we'd love to see you out there.
Okay.
The first round's on me. Oh, did I say that?
First round's on the Kahuna if you want to come out to Buckshots.
That's right.
Make sure you look for them. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to kind of bring everybody together, as we mentioned, these groups do kind of overlap and work with each other. There is a big event coming up called Shoes for Kids. Jeff, why don't we start with you? Kick this off for us. Tell us what Shoes for Kids is.
Yeah, Shoes for Kids is a great program that we started years and years ago. And it used to be relatively small. We provided shoes for kids. And it has kind of grown over the years to now it's shoes, hats, boots, mittens, eye check, and socks. So it's grown. A lot of churches participate. There's some women's groups that knit some mittens, and so it's become a big event. It'll be the second Saturday in December, and we will have somewhere between 350 and 400 kids will come through.
Wow.
They're selected through the social work system, so we don't have any picking and choosing. And it's really heartwarming. Sometimes we think in Clarkston that we're pretty well off and there aren't any poor in the community. And when you go through this event, you say, we're lucky. These people, there's a lot of them that have nothing, and you get some shoes and You see the eyes light up on these kids, and it's really rewarding. If you'd like to participate, you can go through our website, or I imagine your website.
It's also.
And a lot of people have to go through to do it.
Sure.
The big fundraiser for our club for this event occurs the weekend before that. We get out, and I think on the screen you saw our newspaper. That newspaper is a donation. We stand on the street corners, and please don't run us over. So far, that has not happened.
That means you salt trucks.
The scariest time I ever had was there were 2 snowplow trucks, one going in either direction. And I wasn't sure how much spare room there was.
That was the same guy who caught me coming and going.
But it's a great event, and we're glad to have so many other groups participating.
Yeah, Tom, tell me about some of your involvement in this.
We tie in with that, and we call it OptiSoc. So they do an analysis after each event, each year, and then we're kind of given the responsibility of providing the socks. And our membership usually for a month or so bring socks to meetings. Some of us that are a little old-fashioned and probably would buy the kind of socks that kids wouldn't even take, I think.
Sure.
So some of us give donations, some of us give socks, and then we provide the socks for this event, and also help
labor.
and help man the distribution of it. So it's a great project that they've started, and we're just real happy to be part of it. So, yeah.
Excellent. And Dan, kind of the Lions Club contribution to the Shoes for Kids and OptiSocs.
We stand out there and we sell it's the Goodfellows papers. It's the Goodfellows. It's a long-standing tradition. The Goodfellows was started by the newspapers, the old newsboys. It's No Child Without a Christmas. So we sell the Goodfellows papers. The money helps go to the Shoes for Kids, and we set up a free photo vision screening station when they distribute the shoes at the they're going to do it at the Oakwood Church again?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So the vision screenings are available as well, and you'll be selling the newspapers out there.
Right, and we try to get some of the local service organizations within Clarkson High School. Some of them bring out books to give to the children, some toys or things of that nature. National Honor Society was doing that last year.
It's really nice that we have these groups out here to kind of help the children in the community, and just to see, all of the help that you guys are offering. It's great. There is some wonderful events for everyone to get involved in. It's always great having you guys. Is there anything else that you want to add before we wrap up the show today?
Yeah, I have $20 to buy one of those tickets from you.
Oh, you're going to take a chance at my charity car ride.
One other, it's actually happened on the September 24th. One of Rotary's big drives is polio, and that was World Polio Day, was the 24th. And we in the United States haven't seen too many cases of polio, but every now and then there'll be a community that is not doing a good job of immunizing their kids.
Sure.
And a polio will be imported into that community. So continue to stress that here in the United States, we get our kids immunized, and then it does exist in 3 countries in the world, but we're really hopeful that we're down to just a couple hundred cases, and could be the second disease that'll ever be eradicated.
We'll send it the same way as smallpox. We'll get rid of it. It'll be wiped out of our history.
Yeah, that would be really nice to eradicate the disease. So definitely, keep that in mind. Make sure your kids are up on their immunizations. Gentlemen, thank you again for joining us on the show. It's been wonderful having you. We look forward to having you back next time to talk about the things that will be going next month.
Okay,
Great.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.